Welcome, guys, today to my recap and review of the second episode of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This episode is titled 084. As always, please remember there are spoilers in this video. If you have not seen this episode, please click away now to one of my other videos or to go watch this episode. Anyway, this is the second episode. Always This is the saving budget episode, but I digress. Um. Anyway, basically, they get called to do a 8084. Sky is officially joining the team as a consultant, and yeah, she's not trained, and Grant Ward is being all whiny about, all whiny about her coming on the team. This is their actual first mission as a team. They get called to Peru for an 084, which is an unidentified object. And we also learned that an 084 was what Thor's hammer was called when it landed in New Mexico. Um, so yeah, everything like that. As we get into Peru, um, Coulson, as they go into the temple where this item was found, um, some guard, like the Peruvian military, Coulson meets an old ally, Camellia Reyes, and we learn that she was Coulson's old flame. So, yeah, they were discussing about what the OA4 and how Shield handles everything. She's been promoted to commandant. I forget what it was called, but she's like in top rank in the Peruvian military. Um, as they are looking, identifying the object, as they're guarding it, rebels attack. So, uh, yeah, and we get to see some awesome shield technology when Agent Ward jumps out of the temple and then he slams down that stick and he covers and then it like blows up that stick, that piece of thing was. Um, they learned that the locals, that many of the doctors, Nazi Hydra doctors, moved into South America, followed their friend because obviously they would follow their German friends who wanted to get away, Nazi doctors who wanted to get away, everyone, not the Nazis that wanted to get away from Germany and escaping the compacts and all the stuff going on in Europe at that time, the communist takeover and everything like that. They discovered it was old Hydra technology and is powered by Tesseract energy, and that's been the big arc since Captain America and Thor. The Tesseract has basically been the big thing. It was the big thing in Avengers. So yeah, and it's given off strong gamma radiation. They had yeah, Ward took it out of the wall in the temple. So yeah, he took it out of the temple, and they have it on the plane now, and it can cause massive damage. Um, as we learn out, everything's not all right on the bus. Uh, as they're flying along in the air zones, we learn out that Camilla Reyes and her men are some form of Hydra agent or something, or are in alliance with Hydra, maybe. They're trying to steal the power for themselves in the plane, so they have to fight off them. We get to see a lot of action, and uh, there's all that action. They successfully blow it off, and um, we learn, and they protect the plane. They blow a hole in the plane with the what is it, the 084. Um, to get out of the fight, they use a raft to block the hole. It's obviously not scientific. It wouldn't happen like that. It gets sucked out. But of course, this is fiction, and it's supposed to be enjoyable. It's not reality, so it's a good escape from reality. Enjoyment, like, yeah. So anyway, they decide to do that, and then they fill with the raft. After that, they get the 084 back to the slingshot, which is a shield base, and they send it to the sun. Um, while on the plane, Sky is asked if they're in, and yeah, they're just trying to they're destroying it to keep others from destroying it. Coulson explains that. Um, and while as the 084 is rocket off to the sun, Sky receives a text from Rising Tide. This is the big moment in the episode. At least the big plot-wise as far as the show goes. Receives a text from Rising Tide and responds telling them of her infiltration of S.H.I.E.L.D. and texts, "I'm in." That's the big reveal of this episode. Oh, and there's one last thing. Nick Fury scolds Coulson for damage to plane. That is probably my favorite scene of the episode thus far. The first thing I gotta say about this episode is it was a good episode. Um, Definitely not the best. It's a continuation, really, of the pilot. It's their first mission as a team. One thing I can say, they really work better as a team. The characters got more character development, some a lot more personal moments in this episode. Yes, the action's good, but it's weak. It's the second episode. I'm glad the sets were really amazing. The Peru set was really amazing. So yeah, there's that. Uh, as far as character development really moves forward, they start. This episode it really shows them working together as a team for the first time. The first episode was finding Sky basically, and then they had to deal with the Mike Peterson situation. So they really didn't have time to work as a team. Basically, they had to stop that, get everything settled down. Um, in this episode, they really show the team, like at the end of the episode when Coulson asks whose idea it was to blow the hole in the side of the plane. They say it was theirs together, so they're officially moving towards a team. Um, Fitz and Simmons aren't getting major character development at the moment, but I think they'll definitely get better as the team. I've noticed a lot of people saying that they annoy that those two characters annoy the crap out of them. They don't annoy me, okay? And they say that their accents are too big. It gives personality to their characters. If you want character development, we got character development. Yeah, we'll get character development in the third episode. I'm reviewing this obviously after episode 3 is aired. But I don't need to talk about it. But anyway, I just think this episode is really a continuation of the pilot, and not really. It's not really. I'd say I'd give if you're not into invested in a series, I'd give it a full season. I'll watch it a full season before I give up on this show. I've seen a lot of people saying they're giving up on it because it's too cheesy. It's too. Oh, I want us to have 5 superheroes every episode. This is not what it's about. This is about witnessing at least a subnormal view of the MCU, what the events are going on, what's going on in the movies. This isn't about the superheroes. This is about the regular people. This is about people caught up into this world that are not even relevant. They wouldn't even get noticed in the movies. This is about character development. Um, yes, these are S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, but they're basically just normal people. I mean, Sky's off the streets. The only two that are like macho, that like we have 3 that are like serious S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. We have two S.H.I.E.L.D. scientists on the team. Um, and then we have Sky, which is Rising Tide Connection, Informer, everything like that. So yeah, um, a lot of great stuff going on in the series, but it's a good episode. It's more of a transition episode. It's a saving budget episode. Yes, the reason this week was better, the good episode, definitely gonna be the greatest part of this episode was definitely the Nick Fury cameo. Obviously, it was funny. It was awesome seeing Nick Fury coming in there and ratting on Coulson for letting Sky into the team, for letting Fitzsimmons making modifications like a fishbowl. Oh my gosh, I love that line of dialogue. Um, yes, Fitzsimmons. They were actually gonna put a fish tank in there, but and Nick Fury. If Nick Fury can't be a regular because he's Samuel L. Jackson is more of a movie star, but I digress. But um, definitely the Nick Fury cameo definitely brings my rating up for this episode. It would have been a 7.5 out of 10. But now it's gonna be a 8 out of 10. Good episode. Um, moved up by the Nick Fury cameo. Um, so yeah. Anyway, guys, this has been Akali for now. AKA Jacob, AKA Jake Cole, whatever you want to call me. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.